Popular UFC commentator Joe Rogan has revealed the whopping 8-figure fight purse Jon Jones is targeting for a clash with Tom Aspinall amid talks of a potential heavyweight showdown between the pair. Ever since Aspinall picked up the interim heavyweight title against Sergei Pavlovich back in 2023, many within the MMA community have called for the Brit to take on Jones inside the cage. The 31-year-old then defended his interim strap last July against Curtis Blades. As for Jones, the American was due to defend his heavyweight title against Stipe Miocic back in November 2023, but was forced to pull out of the clash after picking up a brutal injury. In the end, Bones would go on to fight the MMA legend at Madison Square Garden late last year. The 37-year-old produced a dominant performance to successfully defend his gold belt, knocking Miocic out in the third round. In the build-up to the fight, Jones hinted at retirement, but has now insisted he intends to stick around a little longer. Following his comments, Bones has named his price for an undisputed showdown with the Brit, according to Rogan, during a recent episode of his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. The UFC commentator has revealed what he believes to be Jones' desired payday for the potential showdown against Aspinall. The rumor is that he wants $30 million, Rogan said before adding, "I hope they, UFC, pay it." In a previous episode back in December, Rogan had plenty to say on the topic of Aspinall. "I wanna know, what would happen?" He raised the question with Aspinall. What happens to Aspinall in the second round? "If you want to talk about a guy who sprints," he said. "If you want to talk about a guy who is fast, which? Aspinall might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. At a 250 pounds frame, his movement is extraordinary, and that's something you have to deal with. That is a crazy ability. His ability to move the way he moves is so much different to everybody else in the sport. His hand speed and full range of skills. He's got incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler. He has everything and he's young." In charge of booking the historic bout is UFC chief Dana White, and the American is confident he can make it happen. Jon Jones has never said behind the scenes, "I want fight Tom Aspinall." It's the exact opposite, he said. Jon Jones is like 37 or 38 years old now, has these huge gaps in between fights. He is not afraid to fight Tom Aspinall. He will fight Tom Aspinall and it will be the biggest fight in UFC history.